All right. Dude, it's the worst. Like, so I started this video, and I was like, oh, it's not recording. And it was. And so it's like quite the thing. Anyway, so we're here talking a little bit about policing today. And I know I've been doing the short videos, and I think, maybe this one will be longer. I don't know. And that's mainly because, the watch values, keep going down. So, I don't know if I want to keep making videos. Anyway, so when we talk about policing in America, right, we know that they are super controversial, or they probably more so now than they ever used to be, right? It seems like we always have stories of police going on. We have stories of brutality, about the need to change, and they happen over and 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 over again. And so what becomes really interesting is that when this happens, right, is that, there is this, belief that nothing is changing and that any kind of change increasingly calls for more radical, or maybe not radical, but alternative strategies, right? So, because of that, if we think about what makes policing, so we think about what the police are. And what makes them different, right? There are probably a few things that we think of, right? So the thing about police, right, and I think everyone knows this, right, is that they have the freedom to restrict liberty. So, we know that they can arrest people and we can find them and we can, apprehend them. Maybe we just hold them for a little bit, we investigate them, stuff like that. And if we think about, sometimes, when people are getting out of control or that they're being a problem, this is something that, maybe we do like the police to have, right? We need someone, if someone's getting out of control, we need someone to take care of it. So they are legally allowed to do this, right? We also know that police are allowed to use of force. So, they can use their hands, they can use their weapons, they can shoot people, they can arrest people, they can give verbal commands, which is a form of force, legally standing tasers, and so on. And I think if we think about, use of force, right, we know that there are going to be instances where we do want the police to do it, right, to be able to use force. Like if there's a shooting going on, we probably maybe are okay with police wanting to shoot someone who's shooting other people, right? That seems good. We want them to arrest people and handcuff them and escort them away. We want them to verbally direct people. We want them to use tasers perhaps when necessary. All of that is good, right? We probably do want that. But the part that makes it different between, these two things is that we accept these things, and the part that makes police so upsetting is their use of discretion, a discretion that is legally enabled by police. And this right here, we'll put some nice orange colors around this, is perhaps the single most important issue in the criminal justice system, is understanding how discretion is used, how it is abused, and what consequences there are in the United States. So when we ask what makes police different, right, it is their ability to restrict liberty, it is their ability to use force, and their discretion to do so. And this discretion in who someone is targeted with the force and with their sources of liberty forms some of the biggest complaints and outcries of police powers. Because when we think about police and their ability, right, they are uniquely powerful. Depending on the outcome of an interaction, right, you can go from, being able to go about your day, have no business, and you wave hello, right? But you have the opportunity also to spark a criminal record, by getting arrested or having something like that. And for something that's really small, that can really dramatically affect you. I remember someone telling me in one of my classes, I don't know why they told me this, but, they had, I guess they had a road rage incident. They punched someone in the face or something and left and then came back. But then it was, on its record, and it was really hard to get a policing job because he has this record of arrest. And so that's something like this, is that the mark of a criminal record that the police can give, whether you're just arrested or not, is more powerful than many people realize. We always talk about y'all go on your permanent record, and there really is no such thing in school, right? I mean, there's medical records and stuff like that, but the police record that can be publicly available, and that has implications for your ability to get loans, to get housing, other sources of income, jobs, right? The power that police have with that is extraordinary. The other part that we also consider that is when we consider police powers, we also know that they, outside their ability to arrest, they can cause serious injury, right? And that can be, if that was like, arresting and they break your arm, there's a bunch of surgical, medical benefits, stuff like that. And of course, depending on the interaction, right, you could die, right? And in many cases, provided, some things don't work away, if there's any kind of doubt, likely nothing would happen to the police officer, but you end up dead, right? So but at the same time, I think most people would agree police are necessary, right? And no one's saying that. Maybe some people are advocate for defunding and getting rid of police completely, but others take a more a less approach, like that they just need to be reformed. But all these issues go into making police what they are and making them so controversial and powerful. I changed my mind. We're actually going to make these shorter videos because it's easier for me to upload later on. So we'll pause this video here and we'll pick this up next time.